was reading books in my grandma's backyard in the fucking tree. I'm not kidding. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my bed. This seems like it's gonna be so inappropriate and it's not. I just wanted to introduce you guys to another place in my house, and to be quite honest, this is by far my favorite spot in my entire house. Is my bed, okay? This shit right here, yes bitch, this is a memory foam mattress. This is my shit. I wanted to have a change in scenery. One, because I've changed around my apartment and I don't have the same space available that I used to, and two, I kind of like the lighting in here, you know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoy this change. Let me know your thoughts down below. But today I have another Ask Nikki coming at y'all by popular demand. As most of you guys know, I filmed another Ask Nikki for you guys, but I just didn't like it, and I'm not going to put a video up on my channel that I do not stand by and that I do not like. And to be real, I'm giving y'all mediocre advice, but still, like, I take this shit seriously. So I need to be in the right headspace. I need to be good in order to be giving my girls advice. I don't need you killing your mans because I'm having a bad day, okay? As usual, before we get into today's Ask Nikki, today's glamour shot of the day is my gorgeous glamazon, Clarissa. You look amazing, Clarissa, and I like how you had to specify my name is Clarissa, not Scoobert, because girl, I straight up would have called you Scoobert. Thank you so much for sending me your glamour shot. Thank you for loving me and supporting me. You guys know that I would not be here without you, and I could not do this without each and every one of you guys. Now let's get into this Ask Nikki. Before we do that, you guys know that I have to have my drink, whether it be wine, tea, water, whatever the hell it is, but today I have something a little bit different, okay? I'm gonna be drinking a michelada today, okay? I'm just feeling a little spicy. I'm feeling a little different. Lemon lime flavor, beer booster, and hangover helper. I have been over 21 for like ages now, so I'm just saying, for those of you guys that like to judge me for drinking, girl, I'm grown, okay? So they have these like pre-packaged cups at like grocery stores and liquor stores and stuff. I found this at my neighborhood grocery store. They're a little hood over here, so let me just make my michelada real quick. Just give me 1 second. The next one I open, I'm not even gonna make a michelada. I'm just gonna eat this salt, I swear. Of course, I'm doing this on my white ass comforter because, you know, I just don't give no fucks. So I like Coronas with these, but you know, you do you. Girl. There ain't no way that you could grow up in my family without smelling Corona. No way. I only drink this to lick the rim. I'm just saying. Girl, I haven't drank beer in a while. Alright, so we're just going to jump right into these emails. And the first email I got was from a glamazon of mine that would like to remain anonymous. So I'm going to name her Amanda, okay? Her subject line is, am I overreacting? Half the time when I ask myself that shit, it's, yeah, girl, you overreacting. Hi, I'd like to remain anonymous. I got you, girl. But I've been watching all of your Ask Nikkis and I think this would really help me. So I had this friend from school, we'll name her S, and we hadn't been friends until last year and we would do everything together. She was truly my best friend and I thought that's how it was always gonna be. Just a side note, we would always get into petty little arguments all the time because of her going straight to her snap anytime something between me and her would happen. And I'd have to confront her about it, and she'd usually end up blocking me, which is really annoying. Fast forward to this year, and I'm homeschooled now, so I don't really talk to anyone from that school. Me and S got into a heated argument in about January, and we just started talking again, but I don't know if I feel the same about her. The thing is, she's always on her Snap story with all these people that I used to be friends with also, but she never invites me over to do anything, and she's always posting these WCWs on her story, and I'm never on there. I guess that's not a big deal, but I stopped texting her first, and I still haven't gotten a text from her while she continues to put things on her story without me. Do you think I'm overreacting, or do you think she's really being a bad friend? I'm a dedicated glamazon, and I love you, Nikki. Thank you. Yours truly. Oh, I love you too. So you met this girl a few years ago, but you guys became really good friends last year, right? So her name's S. And you guys used to be really good friends, but you guys would have petty little arguments, which all friends have. I have them with my best friend. It's normal. When she gets mad at you, she goes to her Snapchat and she'll like be passive aggressive on her story. And then if you confront her about it, then she blocks you. Okay, hold on, wait. here's the thing, okay? Now that we're in the new age, the technology age, I feel like people are so much more passive aggressive now than they were back then. Back then, you had to like fucking deal with your friends face to face. I'm not old as shit, all right? But what we did have was MySpace, and my mother did not let me have a MySpace. I legit had a MySpace for like 2 weeks, and my mother shut that down with a quickness. I could not have a MySpace. So I really didn't have any other way of communicating with my friends besides text messages and in person. And I feel like all of this excess technology that we have at our fingertips right now, people love jabbing at other people, making passive aggressive comments, and like going on Twitter and subtweeting people. Like, fuck that shit. She, you know, acts petty, and when she's upset with you, instead of talking to you, she'll go on her Snapchat and she'll be all petty as fuck. You see her snap, and she knows that you see her snap, and she knows that you watch her snap, so she's doing that shit on purpose because she wants a reaction out of you. So then you give her that reaction, and her ass blocks you, okay? So now, fast forward to January, you're homeschooled this year, so you're not hanging out with any of your friends, you're not hanging out with her, but you see her moving on with her life. She's going on with your old friends, and they're going out and going to the mall and shit, and posting, and she knows that you're gonna see it. After numerous times of confronting her, you decided to stop texting her, and you still haven't heard from her. Girl, here's what I have to say about this. Social media was legitimately created for us to be able to connect with everybody around the world. It was created for us to be able to communicate in ways that we never could have imagined before. Unfortunately, with how society is working now, because of how much technology we have access to, now we don't even speak to each other, we don't tell each other our true feelings, and we do passive aggressive shit on the internet to get somebody else's attention instead of just coming right out and talking to whoever it is that you need to talk to. Honestly, love, it doesn't really sound like she wants to be your friend anymore, to be honest, because you're homeschooled and she's not calling you, texting you, inviting you out anywhere. Just because you're homeschooled doesn't mean that you can't go to the movies, that you can't hang out on the weekends. It just means that you fucking stay at home for school. I have had that happen to me before, where I will like, not confront is a really harsh word, but I will talk to one of my friends that I feel like was subtweeting me or whatever, and they get mad at me for I'm not trying to call them out. I'm just trying to like figure out like, girl, like, was that about me? And if so, like, what the fuck did I do? How do we fix it? Like, I'm sorry if I offended you, you know? Some people immediately get really upset and really defensive, and they love to say, it's not about you. You think everything's about you. Bitch, I'm not stupid. If the circumstances surrounding that subtweet and the circumstances surrounding that Snapchat story and the circumstances surrounding it matches up with what the fuck we're going through in our friendship, I'm pretty sure 99.9% of the time, bitch, it's about me. You have that feeling, they're distant, they're not texting you, they're not calling you, they're not asking to hang out with you. It most likely is about you, and they don't want to be friends anymore. They're too childish to come out and say, hey, I think we've grown apart. I don't think we have anything in common anymore. Like, I don't think we should be friends. I'd much rather have a friend do that to me than to be sitting up there acting like my sort of kind of friend, every other day kind of friend, but then I don't know whether or not their tweets or their Snapchats or whatever is about me or not. I would give her one last chance. And I would talk to her and be straight up with her. Don't fight with her. Don't start yelling at her. Don't start getting all up in your feelings. Go there very calm, very boss-like, okay? And just say, look, I've been noticing this behavior for this amount of time. I don't know what I did, and I can't fix it unless I know. So if I ever offended you in any way, if I hurt your feelings, if I wasn't a good friend, tell me and I'll fix it. But if you don't give me that opportunity to fix it, you're going to lose me as a friend. And I don't know if you give a shit or not, but I give a shit, and I cared about you and I thought we were friends. And see what she says. If in any way she's like shading you and she's like, no, it ain't about you, and she doesn't want to like handle the situation, move on. Like, you just don't have time for it. From what I've learned, friends come and go, honestly, all the time. I have had so many friends come and go out of my life, and it's just easier. You don't need to be forcing nobody to hang out with you. You don't need to be forcing nobody to talk to you, and you definitely don't need to be forcing anybody to be your friend. Do I think you're overreacting? No, I think that it's gone on long enough, and I do think it's pretty fucked up that they're leaving you to be homeschooled and these were your friends years prior. So like, what the fuck, man? Like, you guys have my number. We have all of this social media, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and you're telling me that you can't get a hold of me, you can't talk to me, you can't invite me out to all of these little get-togethers that you guys are having. I can't come because ain't nobody inviting me, bitch. Like, you know, you'll always be able to find new friends, so don't keep shitty ones around just because you want friends. Let me take a little sippy sip. Okay, so my next email is for my girl Lucy. Hey Lucy, and her subject line is, he smacked my fucking ass. Oh girl, I know I ain't about to like this one. I am not about to like this one. Hey, just wanted to start out saying that I love your channel and you slay, girl. Oh, thanks, babe. I go to this school with so many cringy people, and there was this one guy who was my friend. We are in 7th grade, and this guy told me he wanted to have sex with me. Okay, he asked me if he could smack my ass at gym at recess. Who asks to smack your ass? Like, if you're gonna say yes, can I smack your ass? Yeah, go ahead, go for it. Like, what the fuck? We were playing basketball and my brother was right by me and he could hear everything. I was dribbling the ball and he kept biting his lip and trying to grab me. I don't even like him and don't think we should do that, especially when we go to a Christian school. I said I didn't want to date him because he's cringy. Boy, you're cringy as fuck. No. He's cringy in an ass. When people asked him about us, he told them that we were dating. I started to avoid him. I was dating another guy at the time and the word got around and my ex broke up with me. That's okay because he was already cheating on me. He keeps asking me if he can smack my ass and now people know. They're making fun of me and are always saying we're dating. What should I do? What the hell kind of 13 reasons why shit is this? Okay, hold on. There's so many fucking things wrong with this email. So many things. Number one, you're in 7th grade, dude. You're in 7th grade. That means you're like, what, 12? How is this kid not getting told on and not getting suspended? I don't understand, because had that been my fucking school when I was 12 years old and a little boy was going around telling girls that he wants to have sex with them and smack their ass, the fuck? Schools really need to get their shit together and stop letting this shit slide, because it's not fucking funny and it's not cute. You guys are way too young. Like, 7th grade? 7th grade! 7th grade. Why? I can understand like a little cute boyfriend here and there, maybe some hand holding, but some boys, little boys that don't know how to wipe their ass right are telling you that they want to have sex with you. They don't even know what sex is. What is that? What is that? You just came out of your mom's vagina. What do you mean? Okay, let's just put it into perspective, okay? Because I know that a lot of my younger glamazons are gonna get really upset with me because they believe that they're grown and they can be having these types of conversations. But let me tell you something, okay? From the goodness of my heart and as your big sister, your frontal lobe, like your decision-making part of your brain, is not fully developed until you're 25 years old. And these 12-year-olds are trying to decide whether or not they want to have sex. When I was 12 years old, I was reading books in my grandma's backyard in the fucking tree. I'm not kidding. I just want to know what kind of soap opera Christian school you're going to right now, where boys are cheating and asking girls if they can smack their ass and telling them that they want to have sex with them and biting their lip and shit. Like, you don't know what you're doing? This is exceptionally upsetting because my stepson is 9 years old. You know what would happen if we found out that my stepson was at school telling little girls that he wants to have sex? Do you understand what would happen? All these little boys at fucking 12 years old are already under the impression that girls are objects for them to be touching on and talking to like that. Who is the parent? Because I want to call this bitch right now and be like, the fuck is wrong with your son? What are you teaching him? Because he's over here asking my glamazon if he can smack her ass, the fuck? You are not there to be anybody's sex object, to be touched by anybody, to be harassed, to be looked at like a piece of meat. That's not what you're there for. And if anybody is harassing you and making you feel uncomfortable, you need to take your ass to the principal's office and tell somebody. Tell somebody. Once one boy violates you like that, it opens the door for all the boys to do that. All of them. And it may seem cute and it may make you feel good for right now, but it can get really dangerous and it can get out of hand really fucking fast. Why the hell didn't your brother jump in? Do you know what would happen if my brother heard a dude do that? My brother's friends can't even look at me for a second too long without him trying to go to jail. He does not play that. Your brother should have stood up and should have defended you. Girl, this shit done pissed me off. On to the next email before I lose my ever-loving mind, okay? The next email is from my girl, Caitlin. Hey, Caitlin. Her subject line is my boyfriend's crazy ass ex. I can't hear about exes without having a drink first. Just give me one moment. Hey Nikki, my name is Caitlin. I just want to tell you I love you, but I need some advice about a crazy little ex. So I recently started talking to this boy. Let's call him Gentry. Gentry? Either you have a really weird imagination or that is for real that boy's name. I was introduced to him from a mutual friend. He is 1 year older than me and very attractive. Little did I know, taking him in also meant handling his crazy little ex. At first it didn't bother me, but as I keep finding out more and more about him, it's getting kind of ridiculous. They were together for almost 2 years, but they have been broken up for about 5 months now, and we have been talking for about 3. She's still texting him and brings him candies and shit. What the hell do I do? Do I tell her crazy ass to get the fuck out, or do I leave him and tell him to take care of that shit, then talk to me? She still tried to call and fuck with him. I want him to block her, and I've told him this. XOXO Caitlin, I love you. I love you too, boo. Okay, so meeting new people is so exciting and it's great and everything, but when you meet new people, girl, you gotta hear all about their past. Their crazy ass exes, their crazy past relationships, the stupid shit that they used to do, and you just have to like be okay with it pretty much. They were together for 2 years. They've been broken up for 5 months, but you and him have been talking for 3 months. All right, so you're hearing about his crazy ass ex. She's still texting him and brings him candies and shit. Like, do I tell her crazy ass to get the fuck out? Or do I leave him and tell him to take care of that shit, then talk to me? I vote the latter. And you've also told him that you want him to block her, and I'm guessing that he has not. Why is that? Why? Look, don't be letting this little boy play any games with you, okay? It's very simple. You're not happy. You're not here to be dealing with his crazy ass ex. He should have shut that door completely before starting a relationship with you. I am not about to be inconvenienced by another female. I am not about to deal with another female's antics. You got me all the way fucked up. This is stupid. Instead of me having to worry about this bitch bringing you candy and all up on your phone, I should be worried about you taking me to the movies and you taking me bowling and us going on dates and us making memories. Not this bullshit right here. This is too much. No. When you don't want to talk to somebody, we legitimately have the technology at our fingertips to make that person disappear off the face of the earth. They broke up, but them being together for 2 years, it's a long time. So he may not be fully over her. I can tell you that right now. Boys like to move on before they're ready. So don't be surprised if he's kind of leading her on because he's not fully over her. And if he's not, it's not your problem, boo. Not your fucking problem. Peace out on that ass like you're Nikki. Just peace out. So my next email is from my girl Samantha. And Samantha's email is kind of long, so I'm gonna summarize it but make sure that I keep all of the really important parts. Her subject is my dad and boyfriend were about to fight. My name's Samantha and my boyfriend's name is Ryan. For the past couple of months, Ryan and I have been arguing nonstop. It's even gotten to the point of being so petty that we threaten leaving each other every time. This girl got episodes, okay? Episode number 1. Him and I had gotten into an argument at his house. Now, long story short, I chucked his binder across the room. As I got it from the couch, he runs over to me and pushes me down, so I fall back onto the couch. He says to just sit. I get up and go to his washroom. I'm about to shut the door when he blocks the door from closing and yells at me, "You're not locking yourself in the bathroom." I try to get past him, but he's blocking me in the washroom. He then starts yelling at me to get the fuck out of his house. So I sit on the ground and grab my phone and start texting my girl to come and get me. He takes my phone away from me. I start to panic and hyperventilate, and things then start to calm down. That's the first time anything has ever taken place like that between us before. I really don't understand why he would corner me in the washroom like that. Episode number 2. Another long story short, I have crazy parents. My history with them has been amazing for the most part, but like I said, they can be extremely crazy. So, Ryan and my mom had gotten into an argument. In my opinion, this one was on my mom, but he did take some low blows. Since then, Ryan has been not coming over to my place, but he did text her an apology and that when she was ready to talk, they would talk. I live with my parents at the moment. So I'm getting the final touches ready for my date night with him. I get clearance that Ryan is allowed to wait in the doorway for me. I'm in the washroom doing final touches to my makeup. My mom approaches Ryan and says, I thank you for your apology, but I'm not ready to accept it yet. And there was a miscommunication somewhere, and my mom begins yelling, I don't understand where this went so wrong. So I come out of the bathroom, and my dad goes over to the step, sits down in front of Ryan, looks at him and says, Ryan, if you ever come into my house and disrespect my wife like that again, it'll be a swift hit of a baseball bat to the side of your head. Ryan looks at him and is like, are you threatening me? My dad begins to say no, and next thing you know, Ryan steps on the step in front of my dad, towering over him, putting his face in my dad's face, and starts threatening back. Girl! It gets to the point where my dad stood up, put on his shoes, looks at Ryan, and is like, all right, let's take this outside then. My mom jumps in between them both as she was the closest to them. Ryan begins to egg on my dad, and the testosterone battle begins. So long story short, the cat gets out of the house, and so they run after the cat. I grab the cat. There's a yelling battle in front of my house, a show for all of the neighbors to see. After that, because I was so destroyed, my mom tells me to phone Ryan to meet us for coffee. My mom, Ryan, and I discuss what happened. Fast forward, Ryan and I are texting and we get into an argument. I was extremely hurt and took a shot at him and he took one back. A part of our conversation right after the argument. We're talking about his car. Me. How's it running? Shitty. Sorry to hear that. Whatever, it's fucked up and I'll fix it. So you're willing to fix your car after everything it put you through, but not your relationship? The car isn't disappointed in me every 2 days. We sat down and talked about the conversation and how the low blows affected me. He said that he was truly sorry for that low blow especially, but the reason that I'm bringing up this part of the conversation is because we have each other's Facebook passwords and I had a gut feeling that something was wrong. So this morning I opened up his Facebook and did some snooping. I know that isn't very good, but I never said that the unhealthy relationship was all on him. So I found a conversation with his cousin, let's call her Cassie. So Ryan says, can I show you something funny? And Cassie says, it better be funny. Ryan sent a screenshot of that message that I wrote up previously, and honestly, if he needed to talk to her, that would be fine. But can I show you something funny? I thought he was sorry, but now he's just making fun of it. And then Ryan said, we were talking about my car. Cassie said, ha ha ha, boom. Ryan said, just told that bitch what's up. I was talking to him about going into couples counseling. I mean, I know we're young, but honestly, if we're going to keep staying together, I think we should try and solve our dilemma. Anyways, I feel like I've been ranting. I thank you so much for your time. I truly love you. Your new but true Glamazon, Samantha. Okay, Samantha love, let's get into this because I have a whole lot to say about your boyfriend. I'm gonna go down his strikes. He has a lot of strikes against him, so let's just do that. An unbiased, let's just do that. Whether a good person does this shit or not, okay? He put his fucking hands on you. That is never okay. I don't care if you're being difficult. I don't care if you guys are in the middle of an argument. I don't give a fuck how he's feeling. I don't care. You don't need to have anybody putting their hands on you. That's number one. Strike number two. During that argument, he takes your phone away from you. You're trying to get a hold of your friend to come pick you up and he thinks that it's okay to take your phone. That shit right there, them's his fighting words. You don't fucking do that. That's strike number two. Strike number three. He gets to your house. You guys are about to go on a date. He's already rubbed your mama the wrong way, okay? Now, your mom seems like a very forgiving person, and it seems like she's trying to work with him because she loves you. She's really trying. But honestly, it should not be this hard. This boy has no respect at all for you or your parents. But he goes to your house after already having had an argument with your mother, decides to apologize. Your exact words were, then there was a miscommunication somewhere and my mom begins yelling, I don't understand where this went so wrong. Thank you for your apology, but I'm not ready to accept it right now. That's completely within her right to do. She was not being a bitch towards him. So whatever the miscommunication was on his part because she went to him and you hurt her be very respectful and let him know how she was feeling in a respectful manner because she respects him as your boyfriend. And then he decided to come out his face, whatever the fuck he said, and it ticked your dad off. Your father had every right to be pissed. I'm surprised your dad did not go over there and beat the fuck out this little boy just for doing that. But no, your dad didn't. He tried to give this little boy a chance, okay? He sat down and he said, hey, you come to my house again and you talk to my wife like that again, we're gonna have a problem. And yeah, dads are like that. They're gonna sit there and they're gonna threaten the boys. And they're gonna say, I'm gonna grab my sawed-off shotgun. I'm gonna grab my baseball bat because you're his daughter and that's his wife. And this little boy is trying him. I don't think that he meant that as a threat. It was a fucking promise. And your dad composes himself enough to put on his shoes and tells this boy to come outside with him so that they can handle it like men. Because your boyfriend came out his face first to your mother the first time, because I don't know what the fuck he thinks this is. That is your father's job, okay? And that's his motherfucking house. He can say whatever he wants in his house. He took his little ass outside. I would have beat his ass inside my house because this is my property, homie. You want to sit up here and you want to start talking shit? Okay. Well, you're just going to get your ass beat in my house within these four walls. And if you call the police, you're on my property, bitch. You say that your parents are crazy, but you also said that up until this point, you've had a really good relationship with your parents. Don't lose sight of that just because you're with somebody, honestly, because your parents, yeah, they may be crazy, but they're crazy about you. They're trying to protect you. And I bet you money that if your father knew that he put his hands on you and took away your phone like that, your dad would be going to jail with a smile on his face because this little boy has a death wish. He don't have no respect for nobody, not even you. You do not need to be with a person like that. Honestly, when you see the way a man treats your parents, that says a lot about them as a person. If they are not trying to come at your parents correct and have some respect because they are his elders, that is not a well-rounded person and he was not raised right. And even if he was raised right, he seems like a fucking asshole. And you don't want that. You honestly don't want that. What kind of future is that going to be for you guys anyway? And then he goes off to his cousin and starts talking shit about you and calling you a bitch. Check out the comments below, see what your fellow Glamazons say, but I'm pretty sure 99.99999% of them are gonna say peace the fuck out. That is it for today's Ask Nikki, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I also hope that you guys enjoyed this new scenery and this new background. I really like filming on my bed, but let me know your thoughts down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up to let me know. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel and you like advice videos as well as story times, definitely hit that subscribe button to be notified of each time I upload a new video here on my channel. And don't forget to follow me on my social media, my Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. I haven't really been posting on Facebook, TBH, but I just feel like, I don't know, I don't really fucks with Facebook, to be honest. But let me know if you're on Facebook down below. And if you guys are, I will try to keep it up. But for now, just follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I will leave all of that information down below for you guys. It's so good to be back, and I've missed you guys so much. Let your fellow Glamazons know what your thoughts are down below. And also, don't forget to check out the polls up on the top right-hand side of your screen to let your fellow Glamazons know your thoughts on their situations. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me and checking out my videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Peace out.